Welcome back, you guys. This is Chef Frank back with the jerk chicken video. Thank you guys for watching my first video, and also checking me out on Instagram. My Instagram is Chef Frank Brown. First up here, we have all the ingredients that we are using here for the jerk chicken here, which is the maple syrup, olive oil, thyme, but you can also use dried thyme. I have garlic, a whole head of garlic, a habanero pepper, an onion, some ginger, some allspice berries, or what is also known as pimento berries, a cinnamon stick, some brown sugar, some kosher salt, some more thyme, some black pepper, and you're going to need a spice grinder as well to blend up all the spices, and also a mixer to mix everything up together to make the marinade. So first what I did was I toasted the spices. So I toasted the pimento berries and the cinnamon stick. Did that for about 30 to 45 seconds when the pan was heated enough. And then what I did was I placed the spices in the coffee grinder, but I don't use coffee. I just blended up the spices here to make the powder. I shaked it around a little bit just to make sure everything was blended up, just in case if I had to press down on the spice blender again. As you can see, I'm kind of like knocking around and smacking it around a little bit just to make sure it's all detached from the sides. Okay, and as you can see, I'm still shaking it around and it's all evenly blended. Okay, next I'm grating some ginger. Okay, I use a microplane here. A microplane is a very useful tool in the kitchen. It helps me grate ginger, garlic easily. So I did about 2 tablespoons of ginger, and again a whole head of garlic. I grated the garlic with the microplane as well. Okay, and you do that with every one of them, and it's safer to do it this way too. I love using a microplane in the kitchen, really do. So I have my ginger garlic mixture. I have 1 onion here, which I'm going to cut the ends off first. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in half, and then I'm gonna quarter the halves. So what I'm doing is I'm making everything small enough so that way when I put it in the blender, I'll be able to blend everything up easily and evenly. Next, I start cutting up some thyme. Sometimes you can take some of the leaves off, but with this, I actually what I eventually do is I start chopping it up, because the twigs with the thyme, they were very soft. So if you have like young thyme or thyme that is not so coarse, you can chop it up with a knife and you can still blend it up. But if you have a little bit more of coarse twigs, then you might want to take those pieces apart. Alright, I'm starting to load up the Ninja blender here. Putting the thyme in, putting the onion in. And then next my ginger garlic, my grated ginger garlic. Okay, and then I put in about looks like 1/3 cup of brown sugar. That's what I put in there. And then I hit about 20 cracks of fresh black pepper. Alright, and then I'm putting my spice blend right on in there. Okay, and what you can't see here is I put a teaspoon of salt in there. Alright, and then I took the end off of the habanero pepper. If you want it very hot, put all those seeds in there, but I took the end off and then cut it in half. And then next I put a teaspoon of soy sauce, rather low sodium soy sauce in there. So I put a teaspoon of low sodium soy sauce. And then I put 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. Next, I put a cup of olive oil in there. Okay, and then next I'm just blending everything up. What I did was I blended everything up for about 30 seconds. Okay, you see how the liquids go to the bottom there? That's great. Everything's going to emulsify evenly. Okay, perfect. Once you're done, you just want to shake it up a little bit just to make sure you get everything incorporated before you open it. And then once you open it, you'll see that everything came out very nice and smooth. Okay. All right. See all the spices in there? It's delicious. And I just took a spoon just to mix around everything again, just to show you guys that everything is well incorporated. Okay. Next, I have some chicken quarters. So what we're going to do is we're going to bake 2 of them, and then we're going to grill 2 of them. Alright, so I'm going to show you my process of marinating chicken here. So first, what I did here, in the bowl, I scored it. I don't suggest you do that in the bowl, as you'll see the bowl move around. Make sure you be safe and do this on a cutting board, okay? I didn't want to dirty up another dish, but sometimes dirtying up another dish will prevent any cuts or injuries. And then once you score the chicken, you do like 3 slits on the top. All you do next is pour some of the marinade over. What I do is with the marinade, I put about, looks like about a cup I put in there, because we're cooking up 4 chicken quarters here. And then you just literally get your hands to work. You start marinating the chicken. Make sure you get that marinade within the scored parts of the chicken that we've already done. On the bottom. Okay. And then you just marinate it for a minimum of 2 hours to overnight. Okay. And you just bring it back out, ready to go. So this is the baked jerk chicken part here. So I just put it in a little casserole dish here. And then I put a little bit of olive oil at the bottom, so that way the jerk chicken does not stick. Okay. All right. And then you're just gonna pop that into the oven for about an hour. Okay, on 350. All right, and there you go. Caramelize. You can cook it a little bit longer than that. Just keep in mind, once it gets to this level, you definitely want to monitor it so that way it doesn't get too dark that it burns. Okay, but very good way to cook jerk chicken if you're not grilling it. But stay tuned here. We're going to show you the grilled version here in a second. This is just the baked version. Okay. Yeah, it looks delicious. Here, so I just put it on a little plate, put some scallions on top. Traditionally, you can serve this with some cabbage and some rice and peas, but I just wanted to show you guys the jerk chicken here at this point. All right, and then going back here to my first video here where I started grilling some jerk chicken. I just put the jerk chicken on the grill. Okay. And when you are grilling jerk chicken, you kind of want to flip it continuously for about in 30 to 45 second intervals. Because the marinade contains sugar, it caramelizes and has the ability to kind of brown rather quickly. So you want to monitor that closely. Okay, so you just keep on flipping them. You see how I'm getting some great caramelization, some great color on both sides here. All right, I'm moving, inverting the pieces there because it looks like the top of the grill is a little bit more hotter, a little bit more fire at the top, so I wanted more color in that bottom piece, so I moved it at the top. Okay, and I let it sit there for about 30-45 seconds before I flipped it again. That back piece there was ready to go, so I kind of moved it out of the way and put it out of indirect heating. Okay, and then I started basting it again with some more jerk marinade. Okay, that's another trick if you like to get some great flavor out of your jerk chicken. Okay, so what I did is I put it on the top rack. Alright, because we're not cooking it all the way. We're going to close the grill and let it finish cooking, let the heat do the rest of the job here. Because we've gotten most of the flavor from the fire, and now we're again just marinating this, adding more marinade to the leg chicken. I'm sorry, the leg quarter. Alright, then you see the chicken is on the top rack here. We just let it sit, and you see the caramelization that has occurred from the heat and the smoke itself. Exactly. If you're concerned about the fat will drip off from the skin into the grill, so no worries about that as well. All right. And now it's just time to take these off the grill. Great color. Look at this color here. Phenomenal color. This is real jerk chicken. Real jerk chicken. Just amazing color here. I'm not really cooking this till it falls off the bone. I am cooking it for about an hour and a half with the lid closed. Great color. Great color. And adding that additional marinade on there before we close the lid just added just an additional benefit of flavor. Alright, and then this is the final look here of the grilled jerk chicken, authentic way to cook it in the first place there. Baking is a great alternative when it's cold outside, but grilling it, there's nothing better than grilled chicken in the first place. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.